Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Red Mist in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great. And we are playing some more Star Wars Force Collection. Now, boys and girls, I don't know, but if you're gonna, I'm hoping you're gonna enjoy this video. So I'm gonna start off by saying, if you are enjoying the video, because you know you're gonna enjoy that video, before the video even continues, scroll down and hit that like button, because this, you're just gonna love it. It's as simple as that. Now, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we shall see you in the next videos. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks very much. Peace on the streets. No, I'm only joking. Let's play some Star Wars. Now, boys and girls, we have got a couple of little things that we need to go and do. And we're going to start off with a bang. We're going to go to the No, we don't. We need to go to the enchantment. We're going to start off with a mess up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the evolve, because, my friends, we traded a couple of cards last night. When we finally find it, there it is. Now, in case you guys didn't know as well, if you actually get a emax card, like a max evolve, that's what an emax card is, rather than just saying evolve max, in case you didn't know. Most of the emax cards are 4 of 7, which means that people have basically got 4 of the same card, evolved them into an Evo 1, and then just put 1 card into each one of them. So there's 4 cards in that card, and then there's 7 of the card. So it's termed as a 4 of 7, because there's 7 total cards, but there's only 4 of them, if that makes any sense to you. Pretty much, the reason why I'm saying that is because if you look on this bottom guy here, you've got Awaken. Now, if you awaken 2 Emax cards, then that's what you saw in the video yesterday. But they were perfect evolved, so they were actually turned into 16 of 31, because there was like 16 perfect evolved cards kind of thing, right? So if you're as confused as I am, then you're understanding it, put it that way. But for Perfect Evolve, as you can see down here, basically what I could do is, on the Perfect Evolve, this Evo 2 or this base here, I could go and put that into the Evo Max Boba Fett. And then eventually, when I've put 8 cards into him, he would actually go to gold writing. When you're gold writing, that means you're an 8 of 15, and it's a perfect evolve. For me right now, that's just a complete waste of cards, because it's not really worth right now. So what I'm going to do is, until I've got the full deck of what I want to have, I'm just going to be concentrating on making 4 of 7s, and then upgrading to the 8 of 15s later, in a later date when I can. So, as you can see there, I did make a trade with my Maul, the Darth Maul, Rage of the Sith. I traded him out for a base Boba Fett, and I actually managed to pick up a couple of 4-star toppers as well. So I actually made a very big valued trade for that particular card, because on a base Boba Fett and a base Darth Maul RTOS is basically the exact same value nowadays. Now that awakened cards have sort of come into play, the old Barber's gone up, but the Darth Maul's value has dropped. I'm sure if they make it so that you can awaken the Darth Maul at some point, like the Rage of the Sith, then he will go straight back up to being one of the best cards you can have on the game. But as you can see, this one is now an Evo Max as well, which means his attack now tops out at 14.5k. So then we're going to go back into the Evolve, which is what we wanted to do after, and we're going to go and level this guy up as much as we can. Yeah, nice. We had enough credits to max level him, so he is now going to be just as strong as the other one that we have, which is beautiful. So now, my friends, because obviously evolving a card and stuff like that, it does actually remove it from your formation. So you must make sure that you go back into your formation, boys and girls, and put that card back in. Otherwise, you're going to be severely weakened when it comes to fighting a battle. So now I have my two Evo Max old Bobas, and I have my awakened level 4. Also, guys, you might notice something else that has happened in my formation. I'm gonna leave it for a second, and you can go down and put down in the comments if you can tell what it is that has changed. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up, boys and girls. If you couldn't work it out, as you can see in the top right hand side and the top left hand side, I have lost my Obi-Wan Kenobi Republic General. I want to say he is. Either way, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi RG. So basically, he was an Emax light side card, and his skill, he calls in a vehicle. The vehicle can help out quite a bit sometimes, but then at the same time, at this kind of level of gameplay, he's not that great. So what I've done is I traded him out, and I went and got another Emax old Grand Moff Tarkin. So now I'm running 5 of these guys rather than just 4 of them. I'm going to keep my General Grievous for now. But also the other reason why I done that is because I traded him out for Emax Grand Moff Tarkin, but I also traded him out for some very high leveled skill cards. So as of yesterday, I've now been able to upgrade my Bib from level 22, I think he was yesterday, up to 27. And my Lando is now skill 33 from skill 13. So he's got an extra 20 skills. He's got an extra like 5 skill level grade. And in all, that was about, I think it was like 290 remotes that I actually upgraded them guys for. So I pretty much traded out my Boba Fett for an Evo Max, sorry, not a Boba Fett. I traded out my Obi-Wan Kenobi for an Evo Tarkin, and also about 300 remotes. Now, obviously, that's not a huge value, but then at the same time, it is a fair bit of value. Because of the fact of he would, or actually, I think it was more than that, because I actually think the Grand Moff Tarkin that I had, I think it was this one here. Was it him? No, it couldn't have been him. It might not have been actually. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah, so even though that's not a huge amount of value, it was quite a good amount of value because of the fact of one of the cards that I did trade out for was a 4-star Jan something, which was actually an 8 of 15 perfect evolved with like a skill grade of, I think it was like 28. So what I've done is I've basically reset his remotes, and then I'm gonna trade the card. So I've taken the remotes off of him, which unfortunately you lose half of them, and put them onto the cards that I want them on, and then I've gone and traded that other card out for some extra remotes and stuff like that at a later date if I so wish. But right now, what I've actually done with it is I've sent it over to my second account, which is a low-level light side deck, and I'm trying to be a little bit cheeky. because down there I'm trying to see if, because of the fact that there's not as good as stuff on the wish list, it might pop up a little bit better for like lower level people that are trying to look for that particular card. And because it's an emax card, it might show up more often for people when they're trying to look for trades. I don't know if it will, I don't know, but hey, that's just the way it is. I've sent it over there so that also I can try and get that deck leveled up as well. But anyway, guys, we're going to go away from that and we're going to talk about what we're doing right now, which is the Revenge of the Boss event. The Revenge of the Boss event is live again. It's normally a 2-day event, so it will last today and tomorrow. And you can fight bosses and have chances of getting 5-star cards. As you can see here, going through the map, and you get lots and lots of craters so that you can possibly get good stuff from them, and you keep fighting particular boss battles. Now, also, guys, something that you need to look out for. I haven't got the list with me right now, so I can't say it. But I know that if you download Line, the app Line, there's loads of chat rooms on there for this game. And you can go in there, and particular chat rooms you can get links that will be able to show you card values and what people are selling cards at and stuff like that if you're having a hard time. And you can also find the list for the boss battles of the Revenge of the Boss. By that, what I mean is, well, I'll show you once we go into this again. So basically, every time you fight one of these bosses, there's one of 3 levels. There's either hard, medium, or easy. And the way you tell the difference between them is because of what they say down the bottom. So depending on what quote they say down the bottom would depend on what difficulty level that boss is. As you can see, I don't know what the difference in the levels are at the moment for these particular cards, because I haven't been on the Line app to go and read what it is that each level boss says. But the harder the boss, the more possibility you have of actually getting that card as your reward. Now, unfortunately, we are out of elixir, so yeah. But the good thing about this is, no matter how much or AP you have, energy, whatever, EP, that boss battle doesn't time out. So later on, when you have the elixir or the EP, you can go back and you can just rejoin where you left off, which is really good. But as I say, from those boss battles, you have a percentage chance of getting a card, or getting the card of the boss that you're fighting. So for example, if you're fighting Darth Maul Assassin and it's on easy, the possibility of you winning that battle and getting his card is a lot lower than you fighting him and it being on hard and you win. So if you win on hard, you'll have a higher chance of winning the Darth Maul Assassin card than you do on easy. And that's the same with all 3 bosses. Now, every single day or every time the event goes in is a different one, and that's the way it is. Now, we are obviously doing a normal battle right now, but we're trying to loot pieces for blueprints for ships, because I'm trying to focus on getting all of my ships max level now. Even though I don't really need them or use them, we're trying to level them up. And as you can see, boys and girls, look at the difference that second emax Boba Fett has brought to the table. And this deck works amazingly. It really does help out a lot, having those skill cards leveled up as well. I would suggest, if you are going to try, like, if anybody is interested in trying to set up the deck that I'm using, I would suggest you try and focus on getting the skill cards first, because the first time I actually tried setting this deck up, a long time ago, almost a year ago, before I stopped playing the game, um, I tried focusing on getting like the Boba Fett's and the Grand Moff Tarkins first, um, and the deck wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, and I decided to change, and eventually ended up going over to the General Grievous Last Stand Evasion deck because it seemed to be so much stronger. Um, and that is because of the fact of I didn't have the skill cards um, to be able to make the Boba Fett's that much stronger. Like I turned around and said to you in yesterday's video, that extra 30% bonus stats is so crucial. It's so crucial. Um, if I don't know if you remember yesterday, guys, but if you remember back to yesterday's videos, I was telling you about the card that you need to try and avoid with this deck, which was the Obi-Wan and the Darth Vader. That Obi-Wan Kenobi right there at the very top with all the fire behind him, that is the Obi-Wan that you need to try and avoid, because he is the one that reflects blaster fire. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna purposely attack him because his deck isn't that great, so I should still be able to win. But if you watch the damage that I'm gonna suffer myself because of that card deflecting the blaster fire back at my own cards, I might lose this because obviously he's got few cards there that are, oh no, well, he's got a shield, so unfortunately that's part of the game. Little things that you learn in the low level of gameplay that I'm not really showing you at the moment in this, guys, but when you're trying to loot pieces, which are the blueprints, well, I'll go over here and I'll show you. So for example, in the hangar, you have like Legion wars and stuff like that, so every week and that you have like PvP, which I think I've actually showed a video in part of my video. At certain points you can attack with ships, and this is in here, so these are the ones that I'm using right now. So inside the ship you can go and put pilots, and you can go and upgrade and stuff, and you can make their damage and their attack and all that stuff a lot more powerful by adding this stuff to it. Now, by doing that, obviously you need blueprints, and to get blueprints, you find them when you're playing the game as standard, but then if you battle opponents, which I'm doing, you can get the other blueprints that you're missing. Like for example there, the Blade Wing level 4 right now is what I'm trying to upgrade. So if you go to battle, you can come into the battle, and in your very top option you can fight for 3 BP battle points, and you can loot a piece, or you can just do a standard battle for 2 battles, but it costs slightly more because you're trying to loot a piece. So when you go in here, you can see highlighted in the red box what piece of what battle blueprint you're looking for. And the downside to this is because you're purposely attacking to try and loot a blueprint piece, I should say, what people can do is they can go into the blueprints over here, and I believe it's like this, I can't quite remember, it's been so long since, yeah, so what you can do is, if I go back and I'll, in case you missed it, so for example you can go through, and whichever blueprint piece that you don't want to lose because you're trying to really level it up, or it's a brand new piece that everybody needs, you can go into the more info, and then what you can do is you can use a shield. If you've got any shields, like right now I've got 49 shields, so you can click on the little arrow and you can put down here how many shields you actually want to put on it. So if we just put, say, 7, oh no, I tell you what, let's do unlucky for some. Okay, well, we can't put 13 on it. So let's just go put 1 because we're not bothered. So set that. Now, basically what it means is anybody that tries to attack you for the blade wing in this example will automatically be defended. So when you go into battle, if you don't have any blueprint shields, they can just attack you and possibly take your blueprint, which will mean you'll be one piece down from where you were before, and you'll need to try and get that piece back again. So, for example, we're going to attack this guy and see if he's got a shield. If he doesn't have a shield, then we're going to battle. The way you can tell if someone's got a shield or not is if your cards proc. If your skill cards start procking, there you go. They didn't proc, so he's got a shield protecting him because it doesn't waste the time doing anything. So you know for a fact they have a shield. The downside to the fact of if they have a shield or not, I believe just a shield doesn't do anything, but if they've got like a laser cannon, it actually takes 1 BP away. So you just kind of got to go back in and you've got to keep on searching. Now, the reason why a lot of people have the shield over the blade wing is because from what I can tell, it is a fairly new blueprint and people are or have been trying to get them. So people are trying to defend them a lot more. Now, again, this guy, again, no procs, so it means he's got a shield or something again. So again, we don't get no blueprint piece, which is really annoying sometimes. And as you can see, this time it did take a BP away. So I'm going to have to wait to be able to attack again for a blueprint piece because of the fact of we don't have 3 to be able to go for him. Also, oh my god, guys, I completely forgot. Scroll over. We have got 2 brand new 5-star cards. Now, if you're a fan of Darth Vader and if you're a fan of Luke Skywalker, there is 2 brand new cards. So we have, starting off with wait, can we see him from here? I don't know. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, there we go. So, details of Luke Skywalker in training. So basically what happens is this card will upgrade his own attack and defense value of 36.0% of the attack and defense values of a single Jedi type character card positioned either like basically positioned around him. So in a box around him, it's going to upgrade. He's a short range card, and he attacks. If you look down the bottom here, he's got 1 square in front, so he attacks 1 unit directly in front of him, but he gets upgraded for any troop to basically the left, the right, the back, the front, the diagonal of him. Any Jedi troop around him, his attack and defense will be upgraded, and also that troop beside him and stuff, they also get a little buff as well. So that's a really big thing. He's going to be quite a good card. Also, he can be awakened, so that's going to be pretty crazy. But boys and girls, this Darth Vader, Shadow of Fear, is going to become the new #1 card to go for. Maybe not quite as good as like old Kylo Ren and stuff like that, because he gives like the boost to the whole team, but this guy's skill is ridiculous, so strong. So during battle and all, basically, what's the best way that I can put this? Pretty much every time this guy finishes a round, he heals himself. So he's going to get a heal-based percentage of health every single time the round finishes, right? which is 5% of the max HP. So every single time the turn finishes, he's going to get a 5% health boost. And this is at skill grade level 1. So when he's fully leveled up, he'll probably get, like, say, a 10% health boost at the end of every single game, or every single round. He will heal for that amount. Also, he gets damage and increases other people's damage around him as well. So he is a huge card that is going to be coming into effect, and I guarantee he is going to be a very valuable card, because he is going to become one of the best dark side cards to have in your team, which is going to be crazy. But anyway, guys, we've got 13 EP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you the fact that when you go back into the Battle of the Boss, you can see here that we have continued exactly where we left off, which is great. And there's no time limit on it. So as you can see, once again, just below where it says in the force, this mole assassin has just got ... As from what I can see, if we take this off and we take the skip the battle off and we actually watch the battle, let's skip that and just do standard attack. From what I can see, ... means easy. So you can see from his deck, it's really not that hard. So now I'm just going to go and skip that. You win something because you go and defeat the boss card. And you kind of always want to hope that you win the actual card, but the likelihood of that happening is extremely small. And oh nice, we've actually just got leveled up, so we can actually make this video a little bit longer, guys, because we can go ahead. Now that's the same, he's saying the exact same as before, so we know that's an easy battle. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to skip that right there, and then obviously we are now going to go and complete this map. So once you complete the map, you can go and collect whatever rewards, and it shows you what rewards you got. So I got 7 copper canisters or crates, whatever you want to call them, and unfortunately we got absolute nothing from them. We just got some stack cards which are no good to us whatsoever. So once again we're going to go into a new area of a map, and I really like this map. I think this map is very nicely designed, a lot of very cool visual effects. So because of obviously we leveled up, we were able to move through this we were able to complete this map anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the skip battle, and we're going to see how good of a deck this particular Saiyan for Obi-Wan Kenobi is. I'm pretty sure this is an easy battle. Oh good is normally an easy battle in the past. Yeah, so oh good means that it's easy, so you know that you're not really going to have to worry about that. So now when we've been playing, we know that mole assassin ... is easy, and so again we know this is easy, so we'll just skip this because we don't need to see it. And also we are about to fight someone else. I think we're about to fight Clone Commander Apollo or something, aren't we? Oh no, we're about to fight Cody. So again, let's go. What does that mean? Does that mean it's an easy, a medium, or a hard battle? The only way to find out is by not skipping the battle procedure and watching it, or unless you have the list. So again, you know that Cody Let's Go is an easy battle. Now unfortunately this is the majority of the battles, because if it was always giving you a hard battles, then 1, you might not be able to win, and 2, you would have too much of a high percentage chance of actually winning the card. So Apollo, we're not going to skip, don't worry. I'm pretty sure Don't Worry is an easy battle as well though, guys. But 1 second, I just need to grab a quick sip of my drink. And yes, I was right, it's an easy battle. But this time we got training remotes, which is pretty cool. As you can see also, guys, from winning battles you always get training remotes from picking up the containers or the crates, whatever, however you want to name them. You can get blueprint pieces, you can get stat cards, you can get loads and loads of stuff. Really good stuff and things. Sometimes not always the best. Now, here we go. So, I will kill all the Jedi. We haven't seen this one yet because normally we only see ... underneath. So we don't want to skip the battle, we just want to go to battle, and then we want to go into a normal battle and see what kind of difficulty I will kill all the Jedi is. So, as you can see, he's got a couple more troops. That means that I will kill all the Jedi means that he's a medium battle boss. So, if you see ... or I will kill all the Jedi, then you know that you can just do a normal battle, no problem, you're definitely going to win it. But if you see anything else other than that, that means it's going to be a hard battle. So again, I will kill all the Jedi means a medium battle. If you see anything other than that, that means that it's going to be a hard battle. So I would suggest that you use the go all out option and you attack with 2 BP. Because even with the 2 BP, there's been some times that I've still lost that match. But that's the way it is, boys and girls. Anyway, this video is getting quite long, so I'm going to call it here. I really hope that you've enjoyed it, even though we have babbled on quite a lot. But anyway, guys, please hit that like and subscribe for me. Show some support. If you're new, I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe for me. And just hit that like because it's awesome. So anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Peace on the streets. And we messed it up again.